So everyone, welcome to the Power Play with CJ. I want to focus in on Eric Staal's future in Carolina, as the veteran center will be a free agent at the end of the year, and could spell the end for his tenure with the Hurricanes. I mean, the Canes drafted him number 2 overall in the 2003 NHL entry draft. He won a Stanley Cup. Was one of the league's elite players for a minute, and then kind of leveled off, and hasn't been a truly elite goal scorer, elite center in 4 or 5 years, but he can still play. Actually, he had 53 points in 48 games in 2013, so let's not write him off for dead. He'll be 31 on October 29th, and I think he still has a lot of hockey left in him. Will that hockey come in Raleigh or elsewhere, I think is a big question. I mean, you look at the 3 centers that are slated to hit free agency next July, Staal, Stamkos, and Kopitar. It's a pretty good lineup there among those 3. I think Kopitar will resign by October 1st. I mean, all indications out of LA are a deal's going to get done. Stamkos, yeah, it's up in the air, but I don't know. Maybe he goes back to Toronto, but I think he ends up staying in Tampa, for the foreseeable future, signing an extension. But Staal, I think he wants to stay in Carolina. I think his heart's there. I think he's built a life there. I mean, he's been down there for, almost for over 12 years. But where are the Canes going as an organization? I mean, I think they are one of the lost causes of the league. They have some young talent, but they've mishandled the development of a few players. They bought way too high on Jordan Staal. They wanted to unite the Staal brothers, and unfortunately, Jordan just really ain't that good. And that the Kings ransom they gave up to Pittsburgh to get him, and then the 10-year, $60 million contract they gave him for a team that doesn't deal with the salary cap, but deals with actual dollars, and pisses moans and complains about being a small market team anytime they have to deal with contracts is, A, the epitome of hypocrisy, and B, business as usual for Carolina. So, Staal's career high in points is 50. He did it in 62 games when you're at Pittsburgh, but let's not pretend Jordan. We're talking about Jordan, not Eric here. The irony here is Jordan could very well have forced Eric out. I mean, because you don't have the money to pay 2 guys that kind of money, and with Cam Ward's as good as gone. I mean, Ward had that great playoff run for the ages, and then that's pretty much been it. It's just been such a tough go for Carolina since they made that Cinderella run to the conference finals 6 years ago. So, it is what it is. I think Staal, he could resign. But, I think he opens the season in Carolina, and if they struggle, which they almost assuredly will, he could see himself wearing another team's uniform at the deadline, and then, maybe re-signs with that team. Or if, Toronto doesn't get their guy in Steven Stamkos, maybe they go after the other Ontario native in Eric Staal. But there'll be no shortage of suitors for Staal, as he is a world-class player when he's healthy and, in a good situation. And if a team wants to get him at the deadline, he could push a middle of the line team over the top, because centers like him that have had 45 goals in a season, have won a Stanley Cup, have been better than a point a game in a Stanley Cup playoff run. Don't grow on trees. So definitely a very, very uncertain future. There are so many different things that could happen. He could. I don't think Carolina lets him walk for nothing. I think they trade him because A, they won't be that good, and B, you're not going to lose a guy like this without getting anything in return. So, keep an eye on the Eric Staal situation in Raleigh. Anyway, that's our episode of the Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for more episodes of the off season and beyond. Later, guys.